Welcome back. This Life Chronicles, man. Where we talk about the wins, right? The losses, right? But most importantly, it's about the lessons, y'all. And remember, you and me, too blessed to be stressed. Now, what I wanted to touch bases on in this video was about the streets. You know the streets, the ones you walk in every day, thinking you know your way around them. Don't be foolish. The streets is trickery. You didn't know that? The streets will trick you off the streets. Because when you out there, you running around and you up, bravo. But when you gone, everybody chirping in the ears and talking about how you was stupid, how you was dumb, how you was a fuck up. That's what they talk about. And I don't mean to be cursing like that, but we gotta call a spade a spade. The streets will trick you out your spot before you even knew you had a spot. Let me tell you about the streets, right? And it's some real shit. When I was young, dumb, didn't know right from wrong, left to right, north to south, what have you, motherfucking streets tricked the shit out of me. They had me thinking people was actually loyal. You know, loyal meaning that they for you. You for them. You there no matter what. That's what loyalty is. Even when you wrong, I'm gonna find a way to make it seem like you was right. Whatever narrative they try to spin, I'm there with you to the end. That's loyalty. You think that exists in the streets? The same motherfuckers you loyal to, they be fucking your wife, your husband, your partner, and they'll act like they love you in the process. How you think they got close? You allowed that. You bridged the gap. Not the grab, the gap. Because grab is when you want to grapple them and slam them like it's a wrestling move. But you really don't understand that. That's how the streets is. They have you thinking people that's for you was there, and in fact, they never had your back. They ain't never had your back. But they'll have you thinking that. Nah, that's my man, 100 grand. No, they ain't never seen a fucking 100 grand in their life. That's some real shit. It be your mans. Your right hand, your left hand, your hands, your mans. Gotta do you dirty first. Right? Because people always talk about how family is the one that'll do you dirty. But they never talk about when it's your homies, when it's your homegirl, when it's your inner circle that's doing harm to you. Because that's what the streets got. It ain't no loyalty in the streets. People as loyal to you as what you can do for them. So as long as you doing, of course you my mans. You my man. Oh, that's my man. Yo, I love him. That's my brother. But not knowing everything ain't brotherly love. Right? Everybody that you think that's there for you is not there for you. And you know when someone's there for you. When you don't know where your next dollar coming from. The people that look out, those are people that's there for you. When you don't know when you're going to eat your next meal, those are people that's there for you. When you locked up and you need that call and you hoping that they pick up and they pick up, those are the people that's there for you. Don't ever get that confused with loyalty. Because loyalty has nothing to do with that. If someone gonna be there for you, they're gonna be there for you regardless. Regardless. There's nothing that you can say to someone to make them more loyal than they already are. How you think they end up with your girl? With your man? They gotta use you to get to that. You think they end up in that bed without you? No, it started off with a conversation about you. Yeah, he was so stupid. I told her not to do that. And they was telling me about you, and I was just like, yo, they love you, and they'll talk a good one. But nobody made them be disloyal. That's where free will comes into play. Because if you got free will to do what you do, then don't sit here and act like you didn't do it because that wasn't what you wanted to do. You definitely want to do that, motherfucker. Don't act like you didn't want to do that. But that's the streets for you. You can't expect loyalty for people who never been through nothing. That's why you and your man so cool. You ain't never had no real disagreement. You ain't never had no real beef. You had a motherfucker you didn't like, but that's not beef. What's beef? Come on now. Beef is when you can't sleep until that motherfucker gone. Till that opposition is eliminated. That's real beef. If you sleeping comfortable at night, you ain't got no beef. I ain't running around acting like I got beef. But what I'm saying is, you don't know what it is until you've been through it. And I done been through some wars in my life. In my lifetime, I'm blessed to even be here telling you that. Because, not that people want to get rid of me, but people didn't want to see me do good. And if you don't want to see me do good, that's beef to me. Because I'm out here striving every day to put my best foot forward. So if you don't respect my handle, you don't respect me. And I got to provide for my family. Not just for myself. I ain't out here for self. If I was out here for self, it'd be easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl. That'd be light. And everybody not a gangster. I never claimed to be a gangster. But ain't nobody running around with my heart in their pocket. With my heart, boom, 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 boom. And they can just put it in their pocket. You crazy? You shitting me? You out of your mind? That's not how it works. And I'll tell you, from being loyal, it's got me nothing out of life. Me being loyal to friends, family, jobs, relationships, positions, it's gotten me nothing out of this lifetime. Nothing. Nothing. No thing. See, you ain't even know nothing spelled no thing. Right? You get no thing out of being loyal. Nothing. And that's for the people in the back who didn't know nothing spells no thing. I just had to drop that on you, right? Knowledge and wisdom is always growing, and it stays divine, and you get it in time. That's just how it is. But you get no thing, no advantage. And that's not, I didn't make the word. I'm just telling you what the word is. Loyalty means nothing. Because it has to be reciprocated. And if you can't get what you've been kicking out, what's the bonus in that? There's more downs than up, is what I'm saying. And I'm not mad. That don't mean I'm going to stop being loyal. I just know there are no advantages that come with it. Don't mean I'm going to change my good traits, right? Because it's a great trait to be loyal. But you don't change that for nobody. For nothing. And that's just the way it is. This is a thinking game. And the streets don't want you to think. They want you to react. How you think motherfuckers end up in jail? From reaction? Because every action has a reaction. And therefore, it's a constant ping pong game, back and forth. Tennis rackets, back and forth. It can almost feel like basketball because it's a game of runs. You can run down on your ops all you want. But are you running down on your goals the same way? You a student, you chasing that GPA the same? You chasing that job promotion the same? Or you just caught out here in the streets? Streets ain't about shit. How many people you know died in the streets? They didn't die happy. You never see the motherfucker like, oh yeah, nah. He achieved all his goals, his aspirations, all his dreams. You never saw that. You know why? Because it's cut short. And what they say, the good die young. The good, not the bad. There's bad motherfuckers around all the time. And I had to drop this video to remind my channel, my follower, my tribe, my vibe, people that I rock with, because I appreciate everyone who subscribed. If you subscribe to Life Chronicles with Droop the Loop, I'm here with you, man. I'll never steer you wrong. I'll never trick you off the streets and have you in jail. That's not what this channel is about. But it's about the raw, unfiltered opinions of one, myself, but also I read the comments. People reach out to me even when it's not on the internet because everyone don't reach out on the internet. That's not how it works. But I never want to see nobody in jail, right? Now, some people belong in jail, right? But not everybody, right? But everyone's not innocent either. So I'm not blinded to that fact. But what I am aware of is that the streets will eat your ass alive. Have you out here hustling for somebody who don't give a fuck about you. You know how many people listen to their OGs and won't listen to their parents? And their parents been taking care of them since they was babies. Yay ha. Dad might not have been there. Mama might have been on drugs. Mama might not have been there. But that's not it. You forgetting about the aunties, the uncles, your neighbor, your teacher, the people that's in your community that you grew up with. All those supportive people, those count in the support system. You can't discount all of that. So let's say your mother wasn't no good. What about your dad? What about the family? What about the people that's close to you? That matters. Vice versa. You grew up with no dad, but you had your mom. That matters. She matters. Everyone who supports you matters. And until you get that through your thick ass skull, you're going to be running around thinking nobody cared about you. How many people have you cared for, though? Have you ever told someone to stop doing what they're doing because they outside and they not doing the right thing? Huh? Have you ever told somebody like, yo, look, I don't want to see you in jail. I want to see you doing the right thing. If you ever done that for somebody, then you the person I'm talking to. You know the streets is fucked up. There's nothing that the streets can do for you, for them, or anyone else. But you got to wake them up to that reality. Because people out here hustling, selling drugs, not knowing that it's called a trap. I think it's called a trap. Because you stuck. You fucking stuck with nowhere to go, nowhere to hide, and there's no one coming to save you. The superhero syndrome that people got going on, that's not realistic. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when you in a jam, who the first person you call? Isn't it family? You don't just go to your boys, your girls, your circle. Nah. And then some people, they don't have no family. And that's even worse. When you out here running around and you got no family, you got his dumbass friends telling you, do this, do that. At some point, the light bulb has to go off. It has to lighten up and brighten up and let you know you doing it all wrong. Yeah. And you know what's so funny about jail? And I never forget it. Your best thinking got you there. Imagine that. Imagine you're a mastermind and you thought you had it all figured out. All the police, all the hustlers, all the stick-up kids, all the block. You mapped it all out. All your ops, all your ladies, wifey, your kids. You had that all thought out and failed. Your best thinking landed you in a jail cell, in a courtroom. And who's to blame? Right? Because everyone always looking for someone to blame. Sometimes it's no one to blame but yourself. And that's where being an adult matters. Because you know what comes with being an adult? Accountability. The ability to count. Right? You got to be able to count on people. And if you don't have no people in your corner, then you got to be able to count on yourself. I'm not perfect. I never come on my channel pretending to be perfect. But what I do know is when I fuck up, and I've fucked up, no one's coming to save me. Because I put myself in this position. You put yourself in that position. And it's all right to not be perfect. God don't use perfect. I'm going to say it again. God does not, matter of fact, let me put on my blue frames again, right? God does not use perfect people. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to admit that you made a mistake and you're ready to move on with your life. It's that simple. But if you're running around and you're thinking that the streets got you, you're wrong. I'm going to tell you you're wrong. Right now, right away, you're wrong. You don't have to be out there doing wrong. Family matters. That wasn't just a show when I was growing up. Family really mattered. I got a cousin right now, ripping and running through the streets. This is the first time that he's been locked up that has been eating him alive. And I get on the phone with him every day. He facing life. And you know what he tell me? I miss my daughter. I just want to spend time with my kid. Because this is the first time that he's did a bid and it's affected him on the family side, not as a cousin, not as a brother, not as a member of the family, but as a father. As a father. And make it so worse, he got a daughter. So imagine you got a daughter, then they hit you with 20 to life. You got a daughter. That's saying if everything goes perfect, you'll see your daughter when she's 20 years old, about to be 21. Come on, man. Don't nobody want to see that. Come on. Who want to see that? Who want to see their child when they're 20 and they went 20 years without you? That's the person I got to get on the phone with. Keep him motivated. Matter of fact, tonight, we was freestyling. He had me rapping. He said, yo, cuz, I got so many bars. And I told him, yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, you got more bars than the trade station. Right? You got more bars than the candy bar. You got more bars than Hershey. But that's family, so we vibing. But understand, the streets tricked him. He not no snitch. He not gonna sit there and tell. But the shit he down for, He just been down for. And my cousin been down since 2018. So this isn't something that you just wake up and forget about. He been down about 7 years, 7 calendars, 7 summers, springs, winters, falls, all that. He been down. How do you keep that person motivated knowing that the streets done tricked them off the streets? And when I talk to him, he's so jolly. And he still think highly of himself. Like, yo, cuz I'm coming home, you know what I mean? I'm missing the main things with my daughter, but I'm gonna make up for it. And I love that confidence because if someone is down and out, it's not your job to beat them, fight them, go at them about their time. No. You gotta be there in their corner, supporting them regardless of how you feel, because you gotta realize you on this side, they in that cell, they sitting in hell, and the streets tricked them off of the streets. Loyalty is what got them there. You run in the streets, you don't want to tell on the guys you was in the streets with. That's how the streets go, and if you don't know, that's just the unwritten code. You ride until you die. He's still alive, so he's still riding. Am I mad at him? No. Because when you're a participant, you can't act like you wasn't out there. But the flip side is, remember your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? There's people that go to work every day and they hate their job. But you know why they go? Because they got bills, because they got children, because they got responsibilities that if they didn't have a job, they probably wouldn't be able to handle their business. So, do I respect it? 100%. I don't agree with it all the time, but I respect it. Because you got to do what you got to do until you can do what you want to do. Do what you got to do until you can do what you want to do. You might want to run your business. But right now, you're a dishwasher. You got to be able to wash those dishes the best you can until you can do what you want to do for your company. You could be having a city job, but you want to be a boss. You got to run your city job the same way you run it until you bossed up. You can be working online. You're going to work online until you can't work online no more. But you got to keep going because the streets is not what you think it is. No one's having your back. There's a lot of backstabbing. There's a lot of people who are deceitful, misleading, uninformed, uneducated, and you got to be all right with that because that's what comes with the territory. Because there's some people in the streets that's genius. You see them in the street and be like, what are you doing? You know how to draw, color, make things from scratch. You're a top-notch chef. What are you doing? You should be making dinners. You should be running your own restaurant. You should be painting Picassos. However, they got to wake up to that reality. And until they do, there's nothing that you can do that's going to tell them that that's what they should be doing. And all I'm saying to you is, this is Life Chronicles. There's a lot of ups and downs in this lifetime. You got to be able to roll with the punches, but also don't be afraid to throw them neither. So I don't want to see you just getting, backing up and getting hit in your face. You might have to punch somebody in their face. You might have to go after your goals. You have to be aggressive at times. But if you let these streets get you fucked up out here, and you in jail, or you sitting behind somebody else, or you timid because you didn't want to bust a move, I can't fix that for you. Nobody in your circle gonna fix that for you. All they're gonna do is look at you as you weak. No. Go for your goals. Strive for excellence. Don't let no one trick you out your spot. Don't end up in jail. Because that criminal record, it follows you everywhere. I know plenty of criminals that's doing good, but I know some ones that's fucked up and they suck, right? They suck because they didn't go after their goals. They stuck in a place that they don't want to be in. And I feel bad for them. I've done things I'm not proud of, but everyone makes mistakes. But a mistake is a mistake. I mistook that opportunity for something else, and it was really meant for something else. You got to turn your negatives into that positive, regardless of what you're going through. That's all I'm here to say to you. And on my channel, I appreciate it. You like, subscribe, share. Add it to the playlist, man. Send this video to somebody that you don't want to see caught up in the system. Because I'm going to be honest. I'm a black man. And sometimes a lot of people don't understand the black man's plight. You could Google black man's plight and you'll see what I'm talking about. But the bottom line is, I appreciate your support. I'm here for you. Even though I don't drop every day, when I drop, I'm dropping the hammer. I'm letting you know that I see you, right? Thumbs up, hit the bell. Make sure you get all my videos. Watch some previous videos. But overall, I'm here for you, man. I'm here for you, sis. And I'm just saying, we got to have each other back. Because if we don't, who will? Who gonna have our back? I got your back. I got your front too. So long as you don't front on me, I won't front on you. I'm walking through these dark times with you. I'm walking through the light with you as well. And letting you know you could be more than what you are. Because greatness is inside of you. It's not outside of you. It's in here. But you got to have the heart to see that. And if you get caught up in the streets and the fantasy of what's going on and who a gangster, who a shooter, who real, you might miss the whole point of this video. You have to lead yourself down new paths right now. You can change your life right now. The snap of a finger, you can change your life right now. But you got to make that choice because free will is exactly that. It's free, but you got to be willing. And if you take your free will serious, who can stop you? Not me, not opinions, not friends, family, anybody. Because again, this Life Chronicles where we talk about the wins, the losses, but most importantly, the lessons, y'all. And remember, we too blessed to be stressed. So if you blessed out, it's hard to be stressed out. And I said that to say, I'm rooting for you. If nobody you know is rooting for you, I'm rooting for you. And if you forgot I was rooting for you, subscribe and you'll know I'm always here rooting for you. Whether I drop 10 videos, 100 videos, or one video every now and again. And what I owe to my subscribers is more consistency, right? Because I want to be loyal to y'all. Y'all deserve my loyalty. You know why? Because I'm here to keep you inspired the same way you keep me inspired. Every time I see a like, a comment, a subscription, it makes me want to go harder and drop more content. Because we're a family. My vibe, my tribe. And remember, as I always say, if you feel good, what's wrong with that? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let's keep each other inspired. Let's keep going. And if no one's rooting for you, push yourself to the next level. Because we move into the next level, leaving haters way behind. And a lot of people tell you you've been on their mind, but that's not your concern because you're focused on your goals. And if you don't have no goals, take a notebook, a sheet of paper, something. Write 10 goals down that you want to accomplish in the next year and stick to it. As always, I appreciate you for being here with me. I'm here with you. And as always, peace.